Yo, what is up, guys? Happy weekend. Happy into the week. Happy new week. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Good afternoon. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Let's fix that. All right, guys. Welcome in, everybody. How we doing? Happy Sunday. That's good. Oh, Hran, Honey, and Teresa. Tiff, what's good, guys? Please trade only in queue. How could we do that when crude is just so volatile? How could we possibly do that? What's good, Tyler, in the TikTok chat? What's good, guys? Thank you in gold. See, I think I'd rather trade crude. Not gonna lie. I think crude is the better trade. All right, let's break it down. Let's break it down. We have Trump talking right now, by the way.
Activated any sleeper cells inside the U.S. There's reports that they have pressed that trigger button to activate those cells, at least abroad.
Well, they've been trying for a long time. We've been very much on top of it. One of the things we have to do is get the Democrats to stop the Democrat shutdown, because, as you know, the apparatus that looks into that, Schumer and the Democrats have shut it down, which tells you they probably hate our country a lot. But the Democrats have to open that up. But we've got very, very good intelligence into that. We know a lot of different things that have happened that have been very bad. A lot of them came in during the Biden open border period, but we have them under. We've got them. We're watching every single.
All right, crude's bounced around 100. We had a gap on crude actually. We closed 99.20. Opened 180. And now we kind of are trying to put in some structure around this 100 level, seeing if buyers can defend this, create support. We have VWAPs in at 174. Last traded 110.
I was disappointed because we think it's going to lead to just more of the same problem for the country. So I was disappointed to see their choice.
Thank you, sir. You've said you have someone in mind to be the new Iranian leadership, if not the Ayatollah's son. What are you looking for in that person? Are you looking at someone internal, given that you just said that their leadership has been decimated?
I like the idea of internal and eternal, come to think of it. But I like the idea of
appreciate that, Jonathan,
because it works well. I mean, I think we've proven that so far in Venezuela. We have a woman, Delcy, who has been, president of the country, very respected, she's doing a great job, and it's, no disruption. We had, as you remember, Iraq, where everybody got fired. The military got fired. The police got fired. The politicians got fired. There was nobody. And you know what they turned into? ISIS. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So I would like to see people that are inside go. Now, they talk about the son of the Shah. They talk about other people. But, hasn't been there in many, many years. We have a formula that's been very good so far.
All right, so if we can't hold 100 on crude, let's look at like the hourly here on crude. This is a really interesting chart here.
We've taken out
man, last week, same time last week, same time to the date, we were trading at 120 a barrel on crude.
You have to see this at work. They have,
hold on a second.
It's brought to the refineries. It's being refined in Houston, which is made exactly for that product. And so far, but it's 100.
Then we retraced all the way back down to 76. Then we found really aggressive buying, and over the past, I mean, literally Monday, Tuesday, this is a week-long price action, all the way back to 100.
It's great for Venezuela.
So we're trading back now within all of this rejected range that we saw in that quick wick Sunday night.
You just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands
Let's
on
see.
a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report. Yeah, please.
You said earlier that we've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough. What do you consider enough? What's your baseline?
Where they're not going to be starting the following day to develop a nuclear weapon. Where they'll look at that man and some other people from the administration and say, all right, we're not going to do it. They were not willing to say that. And when Steve called up and he said that to me, I said, well, the easy way. When basically I can see that they will no longer have any capacity whatsoever for a very long period of time of developing weaponry that could be used against the United States, Israel, or any of our allies. We have great allies in the Middle East, great countries that are allies. And they were staying out of it until they got hit. Someday they'll have to do a story. Why did he do that? Why did they do that? But they were going to hit them. If I didn't hit them first, they were going to hit our allies first. I believe, upon information and belief, but I believe that he was going to, they were going to take over the Middle East. They were looking to take over the Middle East. Now, had Operation Midnight Hammer not taken place, that was definite, because they would have had a nuclear weapon within a matter of weeks. But that took place. That was a setback. But look at the number of missiles they were able to buy and make over the last 6 months. And those missiles were aimed at various countries. And when you look at over 1,000 missiles shot at like UAE, they were looking to take over the Middle East. We got there first. We're lucky. I'll tell you what, the Middle East and those countries, very rich countries, are very lucky that I was president instead of somebody else.
What a treat, dude. We have Trump talking on Sunday Night Futures.
And your vice president when it comes to U.S. action in Iran.
I don't think so, no. No, we get along
And
very
they're just
well
talking
on
all
this.
about Iran.
He was, I would say, philosophically a little bit different than me. I think he was maybe less enthusiastic about going, but he was quite enthusiastic. But I felt it was something we had to do. I didn't feel we had a choice.
It's not live,
If we
it's
didn't do
old?
it, they would have done it.
You got to be
I
joking.
felt, based on the negotiations that were being had by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and Marco and
Holy shit.
Pete and everybody was
No. Why are they streaming it then? Okay, shit. All right, bet. Stupid ass. All right, then. Punked. Bro, punked. Punked. Okay, then, fine. All right, we're gullible. All right, let's focus on this. Bro, I see if I see a thing like a stream of him talking, like breaking news, Trump press conference, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm assuming it's live. All right, dude, let's look at some charts. Bro, they shouldn't be able to do that, Loki. Loki, they should not be able to do that. All right. Let's see. We have NQ still trading near the bottom of this range on the daily. Not at total. I wouldn't say at total. I'm not saying it's totally saved yet. Although this is a nice move. It's about a 180-point move. VWAP sitting at 24,420. So that's a pretty aggressive move to the upside. But once again, man, this thing is trading right here at the lows of the range on the daily. It would not be very surprising to see this daily candle eventually trade lower, flip red, and then start pushing back into what was that? 9th of March. Monday's lows. And then obviously we're looking at crude, trying to find a bottom here on crude. We had a gap up, came back down, filled the gap pretty much, give or take a couple ticks, and we're trying to find a bottom. Trying to find a bottom on crude. What's up, bro? What's good, Raj? Doing good, man. How are you? Yep, I had a pretty good weekend. Got a quick scalp. Seems like everybody caught some scalps for a couple $100. Nice. Nice. I'm still very interested in kind of looking at crude. I think crude, man, if we can hold this uptrend on the hourly, what's stopping crude? Especially, man, with... I don't think we're getting any closer to reopening the strait. And we have highs here at 120. I think we just slowly trend into these highs. The longer that strait stays closed, it's just, I mean, it's very, very, very bad for oil prices, or I guess bullish for oil if we're trading it long. Gold's got an interesting setup here, trading into that 5,000 level. As a matter of fact, we're about 10 points off of it. Gold is kind of selling right now. Let's look at like the hourly on gold. Yeah, if we could break, there might be a play, like a continuation trade through 5,000 here on gold. It's not a pretty looking 5-minute chart. Yeah, this 5,000 level is just looking and feeling pretty weak here. Keep seeing really aggressive rejections of 5,030s. Unable to start creating a trend to the upside. We're under VWAP. Range is tightening up down here. And 2 5-minute candles trying to accept a little bit lower near this 5,000 level. So there might be a breakdown trade here on gold. It just how much drawdown do you want to take on it becomes the question. For a move under 5,000. Let's get the stream started here. I'm gonna get into what's the spread. Okay, the spread's like 3 ticks. That was a pretty shitty fill though. I'm gonna get into 2 micros short on gold. Let's see if we can break this weak structure under 5,000. Especially if we can get a little bit of a bid on crude here. See how much these 10 points. See how much these 10 points can hold. Is there potential to like add into this trade? I'm not exactly sure how much momentum we'll get under 5,000 if we can get there, but should be at least good to kind of maybe even scalp into it a little bit. Maybe we do some of this, kind of trade around it, eventually break it. Potential long on crude. Yeah, I don't hate that idea. Trying to see if we can base out around maybe, yeah, this 99 level maybe. Although right now, if I'm looking at crude, we're having a little bit of trouble breaking the previous candle's highs here. Keep putting in lower highs here. If we roll, wouldn't be surprised to see this roll here if we can't break back above 100s. Even still, though, gold's not really looking too strong here. I mean, crude, given the fact that crude has pulled back off of one of the highs are at 103, we're about 4 points lower, and gold is still not really showing too much strength. So, not bad. We should see at least like 49.90s on gold, I would think. Little bit of a bounce on crude. Only 2 micros. This is a live account, bro. So, and once again, I don't see any crazy trade setups that really are screaming at me to put on a lot of size. These markets are a little bit choppy, so there's a lot of factors to why I'm using 2 micros. I don't really see the point in using a lot of size when the market environment is more or less choppy. Just gonna get stopped out a lot of trades just due to chop. Whenever you have too much size on, that ends up being a bad idea most of the time. Considering maybe adding, I mean, this looks like it wants to start to pick up some momentum, but that's once again just a bit of an assumption on my end. Like, we have put in continuous lower highs. We keep rejecting really hard above 5,000s. Like, if we wanted to, we could break down hard. It's a bit of a dice roll. I add in here, my average is going to be like 5,007. And then it's kind of like, okay, now I need it to break right now. Otherwise, my management of the trade is a little bit awkward. But we are 5 points off of breaking a really key level, and we're just seeing tremendous selling into that level. Do we break it now, or can I get out and get back in at 5,008? I think more likely than not, we can break it right here. Not the most confident in adding, but this is typically where I'd like to add. I think I don't really love where crude is at the moment to add into this. Like, if crude was showing some more strength, I'd be a lot more interested. But pretty much looking for a break of 5,000 here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Gold just froze. What the? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Get out. Get the fuck
rejected.
Out.
Order rejected.
Dude, this market just
Order
got
rejected.
lost so much
Order
liquidity.
rejected.
Holy fuck.
Order rejected.
Holy
Order
shit.
filled.
There's a 10-point fucking spread. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened there? Is that... I don't know if that was a CME glitch or a Top Step glitch. Oh God. $4.20. The fuck was that? These markets are just nuts, dude. Well, there's probably a shit ton of stops under that level. Guys, you got to think, dude. I mean, this market has been so saturated with trading activity and orders, and this 5,000 level is actually a big fucking level. This is the midpoint. Like this blue line, this is like the midpoint of pretty much the entire range that we've seen over the past several months. So like this is a big level. There's some weird slippage and some weird liquidity right there. It could have been a massive stop run. I don't know exactly. I couldn't tell you exactly, but that was interesting. I mean, we just lost 20 points, but it almost like just glitched down there. Like I was literally looking when I'm in the trades, a lot of the time, like I know where the levels are. I know that 5,000 is the level I'm looking for it to break. So I look at the DOM and I'm just looking at it and we're like 5,002, 5,000, and then it just freezes. And then it like it's like 4,990 to like 4,880, and there's like 10 points. But like the candle hadn't moved and no orders went through. And then I was like, what the hell is happening? My bad, bro. My bad. I'm just excited. I didn't realize I was screaming into the mic. Holy crap, we're still dumping. Was the right move just to TP there, or should I like have trailed it? I don't know. I think just to TP there. Whenever like there's liquidity issues, just get out. But it's still going. I'm glad we caught that. Imagine if I added. I didn't get a chance. Wow, we're another 10 points. Where did I even get out at? I don't even know. Things were just so... we got out at 88. That's the worst entry of exit of all time. But the entry was 5,008. That's not bad. So, okay, so we got out at 88. I'm just blessed to get out because this market just lost like a ton of liquidity. And then, so we got 20 points even pretty much. 20 points even. 21 points. Or 210 ticks. With 2 micros, $400. Not bad. Maybe exit 1, yeah. Okay. So what did, I mean, was gold really the only crazy move? Yeah, because NQ is still kind of chopping. Crude's still kind of chopping. I don't know. You feeling bullish today? About which market? Oil dump? Not really. Well, I mean, yeah, slowly dumped. Nothing compared to how fast that gold move was. Gold lost pretty much 1% from that that dump. 1%. I'm feeling bullish on crude. I would like to think that crude continues going up here. We have a major supply shortage now, so there should be just price increases here. And there doesn't seem to be any sudden solution to reopening the Strait of Hormuz. I think we probably just keep trending up. I think just finding really quality dip buys on it's a good idea. I could be totally wrong. Once again, I don't have a lot of experience trading oil. But the longer that strait stays closed, the less just the more prices of oil should keep going up. Do y'all agree or disagree with that assessment? Make an assessment. Make an assessment. Do you love me? Are you playing your love games with me? Crude is not feeling too hot right now, but we are just trading around 99 a barrel. Trump, U.S. prepared to launch new strikes on Karg Island, Iran's oil export hub, and could target its oil infrastructure. That doesn't do much, but okay. That would be fucking worse for oil prices. Well, it'd be cool to see if oil can trade at like 120 a barrel by the end of the week. It's a really choppy 5-minute on crude here. You need to clip and post the gold trade. Yeah, I probably will, but not on my actual page. I'll probably put it on my story. Yeah, this is kind of what you worry about. Like, that was a nice move on NQ, but if we can't kind of hold a higher low, then we could easily just fade, man. We're still in that area of, like, we're still in a very, we're in bearish territory. We're at the low of the range on the daily. I mean, this thing has to make up a lot of ground to start looking better. Crude is up. If crude continues trending higher, it would not take much for this daily candle. Kind of mimic this previous daily candle here, to be honest. Leave a wick, right? Reject upside, leave a wick, flip red. We have Monday's lows here at 24,000 even. That's an interesting spot. But again, NQ can do whatever. I don't love how weak it looks. Just looks so weak. And in fact, we are now having daily candles close at the lows of the range, as opposed to just leaving wicks at the lows and closing above, right? We're now closing with candle bodies at the lows of the range. So there's price acceptance at these levels, which is bearish, right? Sellers now have enough control to close candle bodies. Like, we're actually seeing session closes at the lows of this range, as opposed to seeing buyers defend it towards the end of the day or whatever and close it back towards the midpoint. We're now seeing sellers strong enough to close it at the lows of the range. So that's bearish. Of course, we could see, anything could happen, but it is bearish. So I try not to get too excited about what looks to be a decent move. I mean, this is a decent move, but once again, NQ will give you a lot of decent moves and sell off. We saw it all day all day Friday and Thursday. Are you not copy trading using TradeSync? I use TradeSync, but yeah, it's a lot to juggle because I got to go, like, I have to log into a TradeEvade account and all that stuff. So not right now. Well, gold recovered nicely on that sell-off. About 20 points higher off the 70s. Crude is trying to defend 99, pretty much his 99 level. Trump warns NATO faces very bad future if allies fail to help U.S. in Iran. I don't see anybody rushing to help. All right, things are slow right now. Things are slow. Nice, bro. Nice, monkey. And Q is just slowly fading lower. We can't break back above that prior candle high or that prior candle high. We're like felling. We can just felling, slowly selling. Yep. NQ had a nice little move, but now it's just felling to find buyers on this pullback. Crude might start to get interesting if we get under 99. Short NQ, I don't hate it, bro, but I don't hate it, but the range is so tight here. There's just such a high likelihood of getting chopped up. There's no guarantee that you get short here and you're going to get some nice follow through. Too much risk of getting chopped up. Like, that was different. The gold trade was different because, like, we were kind of forced to make a move around this level. In Q, not really. We're kind of out in the air, a little bit rangy. Could chop us up if we try to trade it. It inversed what? What did NQ inverse? I just ordered some new headphones, wireless earphones or headphones, earbuds, what do they call them? So that I don't have to wear this bulky ass headset. Thanks for the perspective. I mean, you still can. It's just, for me, it's you're like, what's really the downside target? We could just come down to VWAP maybe, but once again, it's a slow sell-off. Like, sellers are in control, but you know, we don't really have a lot of momentum either way. Just a little bit more rangy than anything. I think there's just more of a chance of getting chopped up than anything at this point. But if you like it, if you see something, you know, trust yourself a little bit, but understand when it's likely you'll get chopped. I think if you wanted to get short, you know, you probably should be making that decision up there. Hindsight, of course, make that decision up there now that we have sold off, but like, we've been a little bit rangy here. Like, it's slow selling. I'm not going to say it's weak selling, but it's a little slow, maybe a little bit weak selling. If buyers wanted to, they could step in here. It's just a bit of a coin toss. I don't see any clear reason to try to get in either way on NQ. That gold trade was a little bit of fun, huh, chat? That was like a roller coaster a little bit. We literally got in. If y'all just joined the stream, you have to go rewatch it, rewind it. That was an interesting one. We got in here anticipating this break, and then literally pretty much the entire order chain just like froze, and then we just instantly opened 20 points lower. It was very strange indeed. Crude doing what analyses? Crude trying to curl off an okay, little curl. Can we actually make a move? I like the curl setup a little bit, but and Q's pulling back now. You like 100 more to pass my first lucid. Nice, dude. Let me give you a suggestion. Don't trade but one micro, man. Just trade one micro. Don't try to do a scalp trade on 3 minis. Don't try to do nothing but take it slow. I've done that too, bro. I have done that too. You're like, okay, we only need $100, man. How could this possibly go wrong? You're like, price just needs to go my direction for like a couple points. Yo, everybody on YouTube, appreciate you guys, man. God bless. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, please. We're up. We're up. We've broken the streak. Green is within all of us, brah. There's a little bit of green in all of us, bruh. All right. NQ's pulling back a little bit more. Crude's kind of breaking out. I think I would have liked Crude a little bit more. I don't know. We're kind of like this wasn't very convincing, but sure enough, kind of peeling off a 99. Yeah, I don't know. Not bad though. I mean, that could still leave a wick. Come back down, trade back into 99. NQ's coming back down to the VWAP. Is anybody trying to buy a dip here on NQ, man? Ooh, this is a big rejection on Crude if it continues. If we can break under 100 here on Crude. Okay, NQ just had a pretty aggressive wick off of 407. Yeah, pretty ugly rejection here on Crude. Said quick scalp. Should we try a quick scalp? I can almost see a quick scalp idea. Like if we can't hold 100 on this retest, we could probably float. Yeah, we're kind of watching it play out. I was eyeing up maybe potential like break here into like 70s, 60s. NQ's getting a nice little bounce. Yeah, I like the scalps too sometimes. I should have taken that scalp on crude before I started talking about it. I was thinking about scalping it short. It still might sell under 99.35, which we have the low. This is a hell of a rip on NQ. It's like an insane rip. Damn. Crude's getting smoked right now. Smoked, I tell you. It's like, can we break under 99 on crude? If we can break 99.35, can we break under 99? Yeah, dude, look at this. Look at this 15-minute candle on crude and tell me. I'd be very surprised if we didn't at least crack under 99.35. Finish filling the gap because we're not far off of it. To completely fill it, like not the wick, but actually the body. Be very surprised if we didn't go fill that. So that would be trying to pretty much sell back into 99. Nice rejection at 65. We're going to get a nice retest of 30s here. It's a good little spot. Find some exhaustion at 60s. That would put a lower high in. Maybe we retest and break. I've got an ask in at 72. I've got for two micro crude at 72 to get short. That would be kind of just under the midpoint. If we're not going to range here, that's kind of where that would be a decent little entry. I don't really want to chase this, but this does look like a high probability breakdown short term under 30s. In fact, if this bounces too much, I might pull this a little bit higher. She's putting up a fight right here at 99.30s, definitely. Definitely putting up a fight. I would think, man, okay, a little bit of exhaustion here. If we come back down and test it one more time, I might try just like a very quick entry. I might kind of not chase it, but get in for like a quick right here, right now breakdown. Thinking about it. See, now we've wicked under it. I didn't decide to do it. Okay, let's see if crude can break 99. Pull this order. It's not going to work. Okay, there goes. 99.10. We just hit lows. 99.10. Can we break 99? Are we interested in buying dips if we get down to 99? That would pretty much be where we closed. A little bit under 99 is where we closed Friday at the close. We did close at 99. What trades did you take? Just took one trade, 2 micro short gold. Caught 20 points. It was pretty exciting. Go rewatch it really quick. It was pretty exciting. I think it worked. It happened in like less than 5 minutes from entry to exit. It was a pretty wild one. Trade with care. Respect. I like that. Trade with care. We're finding buyers here on crude. 99.10, and we're pretty much 40 cents higher now. Buyers are trying to step in at Friday's settlement right here at like 99. Crude's hanging on for its life. Do you think? I think even if we broke into 90, I don't know. It could be a little scary here because we're looking at the daily. Like if this is really just an overextended move, if we are really not going to push back into these highs, then yeah, you would see about here, typically on a chart like this, a lower high form that gets really aggressive. But I just think with the straight closed, like we really do have a supply issue. I mean, there would have to be literally some actual resolution to that to trade back into the 80s, I would think. In fact, the longer it stays closed, the worse it is for oil prices. But that's just me way over analyzing a 5-minute chart here on crude. 422 across how many accounts? Just one live account. Nothing on gold. I took a trade on gold. That's how we have 420. Is this a great deal on a dip buy, or is this just the beginning of the end for crude? Oh shit. 50 cent. Hold on. Oh my god, these markets are so insane. Y'all be so careful, please. Once again, the fucking order changes completely went dry. That is just insane. Is it happening to other platforms, or is this a CME? Hey, hold on. Like, what is happening? Like, it's quite literally freezing. I'm not gonna lie, NQ not breaking session highs here on this crude dump is a little concerning. You'd want to see NQ up at session highs, given the fact crude just sold off $1.50. But that's just my opinion. Trump made a post. Post it, chat. Post it. Correlation not there anymore. Yeah. You want to see, NQ should be showing enough strength to be back into the session highs. Definitely. Okay, Crude. 98.40 session lows on Crude. New lows. Is the hype over? We'll see. We'll see how low we can go on Crude, but I don't hate the idea of trying to look for a good opportunity to buy this market eventually. Well, we've seen Crude do a lot, and I don't love it as much because of how aggressive this pullback is. This is a pretty aggressive pullback. It's like a shooting star, and then we're seeing this candle push into new lows. And it didn't get a lot of continuation out above the previous structure before it saw this pullback, but this is also like a gap and fade. But what I was saying is, more or less, when we're looking at Crude, the way it's trading, it's like trading through structure, getting some clean continuation, and then retesting it. Right? Previous resistance, retest it as support. And I think we saw it again. Like right now, we're testing pretty much Friday's highs. Do we hold Friday's highs around this 97, high 97, 98 level? Do we hold it as support? What I don't like is the context of how aggressively we're pulling back into this level, because it is very aggressive. We have a gap fill, which typically you don't love to see a gap fill in the opposite direction you're looking to trade. And then it's like a nice shooting star candle with really aggressive wick up there from 103 all the way back down to 100s. And then now we're just selling. We're selling hard. So there's a possibility that we can find buyers around this 97, 98 level, but to be determined, I think. These pullbacks on Crude look really ugly whenever they happen, but they've been getting bought. Okay, hold on. What do we got? W News says broke ships at sea, which looks wonderful. Is this news? Okay, I thought that was news. Seemed like news. Yeah, I agree, broke. Once again, though, NQ is not really pushing the highs here. Yeah, we got an hourly candle close. Good looking out. That's the Asia Open, by the way. We've been sitting here trading before the Asia Open. Didn't even realize that. Bro, I can't close my trade on MCL on Top Step. Hit flat and all. Try to hit flat and all. Sometimes it doesn't work when you just hit sell or buy. Hit flat and all. Spam the shit out of flat and all. If you can't do that, I believe they have in their Discord a get flat section. And I don't exactly know how to do it, but you go in there, type get flat, your express number, something like that. But try to hit flat and all. Okay, we got Asia Open in 4 minutes here. That's what happens when you trade on Top Step. 3 minutos. I'm interested to see this new hourly candle open if we can. I mean, crude's catching a little bit of a bid here. We're about 60 cents off the low. Interested to see if we can hold 98s. 225 chatters in here. Chatters, can we get to 120 likes, please? Can we get you 120 likes, please? We made $400 all live on stream. All live for free on stream. What is good, Raj? Yeah. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's pull up some hourly charts if we're going to be paying attention to the hourly close. Look at some hourly charts. NQ's not looking great here. I already hit the like button twice. I already hit the like button, cannot do it twice. Sorry, incorrect. You can create multiple YouTube accounts and hit it multiple times. No, seriously, appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who hit the like button. Thank you, Knights. Hello. Pass evals easily, but lose my psychology and express on the first day. Revenge trade. What may be the reason? Yeah, dude, you need to trust that you're a profitable trader and that your strategy works and that you're locked in mentally, and you need to trust that. And you need to be okay with accepting the fact that you're not going to win every single trade. And just because you lose one trade doesn't mean you should throw your entire business out the window and just start revenge trading. Like you need to be here's a good exercise. And you need to size down. You need to size down, first of all. You need to be trading within your risk tolerance. It's the same thing would say, people say, don't gamble more than you can afford to lose. Like within the same parameters, like don't trade more than you can afford to lose in one trade or in one day without becoming emotionally affected by that. You need to be trading a size that has you as close to just like a mental monk. You want to be in total zen state. You don't want to be affected by a loss. So whether that's $100 for you or $200 or $300 for you, that's what size you need to be trading, right? Because naturally as traders, you're gonna lose. And when you do lose, if that
market is open,
when you do lose, if that loss is too much size for you to handle mentally, then you're gonna stop following your system. You're gonna do dumb stuff. So first of all, fix that. Figure out how much you're okay with losing. If you got mugged in the street, how much money, right, would you be like not okay with losing, but like, it's not a big deal, man. Because the market's gonna mug you, brother. The market's gonna take your money. You're not gonna win every single trade. You'll get your get back, but the market will take your money. And if you let it affect you mentally, you go chasing the mugger down the street, run into oncoming traffic, do some dumb stuff. You know what I mean? Size down. Also, if you do take a loss, work on just like saying, okay, I'm going to let that red trade, that red P&L sit on my account for, more than 30 minutes before I try to get back into another trade. Or, okay, I'm going to let that red P&L sit on my account for like half the day, right? The longer you kind of let a trade go and just say, I'm going to wait and be patient for the next one instead of just trying to get back in, then eventually you'll say, okay, I took a red trade today. I'm not seeing the market well. I'm not liking what I'm seeing in the market. It's not a great environment to trade. I'm just going to take a red day. Big deal, because the next day you'll come back and do better. Okay, this is a little bit of a volatile open. Crude is continuing lower. We have some structure here to the left of us. 98.40s was a level of support on Friday afternoon before the close. This is where we saw a lot of basing, but once again, Like, this is all failed continuation above us. This is all failed breakout. This entire move is all failed breakout, right? Buyers were not able to sustain this price action. They weren't able to create another higher low or support level, right? We are just continuing to fade lower. So crude not looking good. That doesn't mean there's not going to be an opportunity to take reversal trade on it eventually, but I don't love it. I don't love how much weight, right? Think of this as like, this is all weight, right? This is all rejection. Sellers are rejecting buyers up here. So as we pull into this level, yes, buyers have bought it at this level in the past, but man, there's so much selling pressure here. There's so much volume here. I wouldn't try to take a dip buy here. I'd wait. And once again, you're looking at NQ over here. We know that they're correlating. NQ's ripping. I think you just got to wait here for me personally. I don't see a dip buy yet on crude. And maybe crude's topping out for the week. Like, maybe this gap up is the weekly high on crude for all we know. But as long as that straight is closed, there is a 20% supply shortage in crude. And them's just the facts. So I'm going to be trying to take dip buys on that bad boy. Gold went to the moon? Holy crap. Holy crap. Them's just the facts, bro. Yo, R1 with the negative energy in the chat, bro. Clean it up. Clean it up. We're all here trying to better each other, man. He's obviously trying to figure out what the issue is, brother. Please, with the negativity. We don't do the negativity in the chat. And everybody revenge trades at some point. I still revenge trade. So to act like, you know, you don't is crazy. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I promise you everybody revenge trades. Okay. Yeah, look at NQ ripping to 25,000. Or 24,500, my apologies. Crude leaving a wick off of that support level. We'll see if it holds, but initially a nice little bounce. Am I wrong? Not totally wrong, but I don't know. I feel like we could be more constructive about it. But no, you're not totally wrong. All right, all right, all right. We might see a crude breakdown under 98 here. Under 98 here. I need an energy drink. Okay, so here's the Asia Open, guys. You expect volatility around this time. It's not really a surprise. And you do have to be conscious about whether you want to be in a position going into this Open, because you're sure to get some volatility, which kind of depending where you are in your position, it can be a good or bad thing, but it's something you need to be aware of. Watermelon Red Bull, that sounds amazing. I've never had that. I have never had that. Sounds good, though. All right, we got crude, new lows on crude here. It is not good. I like the white monster pause. White monster is what I usually had. All right, new lows crude. We're watching this thing like a hawk. I think we're watching this thing like a hawk. There should be an opportunity for a reversal trade at some point here, but we do need the selling to slow it down. Slow it down. 98. We might lose 98 here. A lot of selling pressure. What happened to Trade Evade's website? I have no clue. What happened? Yo, let's get the evals rolling, chat. It's a new week. I think it's gonna be a good week of trading. I'm pretty confident it's gonna be a good week of trading. If y'all need new evals, load them up. Code BPC on all evaluations. 90. Oh my gosh, this is insane volatility. 97.90 on crude. Wow, 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 wow. Ha ha ha. Evaluate yourself medically. Has to do with dopamine dysfunction. Yeah, it's definitely a right. No, it's for sure. I mean, when there's actual money on the line, for sure. Yeah, it's like the emotions are just, it's gonna be heightened for sure. I mean, everybody. Just passed the Lucid Pro shorting micro crude. Just no, I always pass when I. Nice, bro. You passed it, like on one day or what? Because I know they have the daily loss limit on there. This is a hell of a trade. Where'd you catch it from? Where'd you get short on crude? Crude is just, I mean, getting smoked. We are gonna eye this up and snipe when the time is right. I'm gearing up, getting my ghillie suit on, honing in the scope. Yeah, there should be an opportunity at some point on crude. I mean, where are we going? But this thing is very heavy right now. So I'm a little surprised to see that. Right now we are testing Friday's, or sorry, this was this was Friday's resistance level. We've seen, I mean, literally, I don't like to try to be very generic like this, but this is just the truth, brother. Crude is trading this way. It's creating resistance levels on the breakout, continuation, retracement. It holds. Like, that's just the truth, right? Here, same thing. Resistance, does it hold here? You got to understand, though, how aggressive this selling is. Right now, it's very aggressive. So I'm not very confident that it does hold. Like, this thing is just ripping down to Hades. What good? What good, JJ? We're not really even seeing any buyers attempt to step in here. Got a midpoint of the range on Friday sitting at like 95s. We also have a 20 EMA on the hourly sitting at 96.80. There should be an opportunity for sure in here somewhere. We got to wait for the selling to dry up, though. We need to wait for the selling to weaken. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, nothing ever makes sense. Nothing ever makes sense. Trump's talking to 7 countries regarding Strait of Hormuz. Targeting drone manufacturing. Trump saying Iran wants to negotiate badly. I don't know about that. I think the bounce is now. I think whenever you think the bounce is now, I usually give it another 5 minutes. But yeah, trust your gut. I just want to be very surgical trying to time this one. You can't see me. My time is now. It's a bit of a slow push off 97.70. I do like the opportunity that is a reversal trade on crude. I just don't think it's yet, but don't let me hinder you. I would go into this with a really small size. We have a lot of volatility here, and crude can get pretty crazy. In fact, man, when you're trying to like really time these crazy sell-offs, it's not a horrible idea to sometimes put like a limit order in, like at what you would think would be a really good price, and just wait. This is still kind of real tight right here at the lows. It's a slower reversal. If this is truly going to reverse here, it's definitely a slower reversal. Given how fast the sell-off is, we have like 8 minutes of consolidation right here at the lows. So I just tend to think we can break a little bit lower there, given the fact of how slow the buying is. I mean, buyers really could be absorbing sellers, but once again, we have a lot of selling volume, and I just think that we can go a little bit lower. Hey, everybody on YouTube, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Can we get some new subscribers today? Get some new subscribers rolling in. We'll shout you out. Also, use code BPC on prop firm evaluations. Fresh prop firm evaluations for the week. A lot of good deals. I just got some of those MyFund and Futures Rapid accounts. They're pretty much similar to Take Profit Traders accounts. I don't know why I did that to myself, because I literally have never gotten a payout with MyFund and Futures. They're like my bad luck. But maybe for y'all they're not bad luck. But for me they are. MyFund and Futures, bad luck. Can I subscribe twice? Yep, you just have to make 2 accounts. What do you stream right now? Right now, here we go. Lower on crude. Lower on crude. Yeah, dude, the bot just like, you're looking at how aggressive and fast the selling is, and then we come down. It's just too slow. Like, there's not aggressive buying here. I mean, there could be, but as of now, there's not aggressive buying. We're just like really holding the lows here. So this looks like just a little bit of bear flagging before we go lower, because we're not making an aggressive attempt to reverse from here. I could be talking out of my butt, but I don't think I am. We're still selling. We are looking to time the crude reversal. We are looking to time the crude reversal. New lows, 97.62. I'm almost starting to wonder, like, if we don't find buyers somewhere within this, pretty much this range here, if we continue selling all the way through 97. Hey, Jerry with the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you, brother. 1350 on 4 combines locked out. Nice, nice. Nice. I want to catch this crude reversal, but I don't like how slowly we're pulling off the lows. I'm not convinced. Like, if I was in a buy, I wouldn't feel confident in it right here. In other words. Okay, crude tested 98 now. Okay, it's a little reversal. We're about 30 cents off the lows. Does it hold is the question. 98.11's our high. There is a bounce attempt. Did I miss the move, Chad? Did I miss the move? I don't love this still, though. I mean, the 15-minute, this still needs to... There's a lot of ground to cover, that's all. In fact, I don't really want to, but I wouldn't mind trying to re-short it. What's InQ doing? Top tick InQ, that's a nice trade, bro, actually. I was kind of thinking we could get a little lower on crude. This 5-minute candle literally opened no bottom wick and just squeezed up about 70 cents. I mean, crude is, that's a little bit of a struggle here at 50s. 20-cent pullback. Oh no, I feel like I just hit that camera. That's insane. Did I not just hit that? Trump on Cuba. I think something will happen with Cuba fairly quickly. I think we will either make a deal or do what we have to do very soon. I do not know if I want to make a deal with Iran. Is he really saying all this? Like, is he talking live or something? Because these feel like not tweets, but like actually. Securing a Strait of Hormuz. I'm demanding, huh? I want lower on crude. I do. I want lower. I want lower than I want to buy it, and I want to wake up tomorrow and be at 10. I want to be at 108, 109. I know that's probably not going to happen though. But no, I want lower right here. I don't think I want to miss this move, but at 5 minutes still very, very bearish. 5 and 15 minutes still very bearish for me. I think that's a dip buy on crude, to be honest. We'll see in a couple minutes. Because we either, right, if we're going to initially make a move here, we either need to get aggressive buying back towards 99s, or I guess we keep trickling lower. NQ's holding up fairly well. It's 35 points off the highs. Could you bring me an energy drink? What? Energy drink? Sure. Thank you. Oops. Oh. No. That's when you come give it to me. No, don't toss it. I don't want it on the rug. What is that, Amazon? Yeah. Oh, my headphones got delivered. Maybe you can grab them. You already ordered? Yeah, I DoorDashed them. Nobody can. Thank you. What kind of earbuds did you get? The JBL whatever that you may call it. They were 40% off. Chat, you have to DoorDash now. It makes more sense. Gas prices are through the roof. It makes sense to just stay home and DoorDash everything. All right, Crude. Real talk. Let's make a decision because I think I would like to buy it lower. I don't want to buy it off of 98.20s. $200 fill up the truck at Buc-ee's. Oh, I can only imagine. Huh? The Jeep? Why? Did you see it on camera when they dropped it off? Maybe you can look. Maybe because I didn't tip them that well. What? What did you say? Maybe because I didn't tip them that well. What did you tip? Like $5. $5? It ain't that hard to grab some headphones and deliver them. Yeah, they would want your headphones? No, I would get them later. All right, I think we get some resolution here on this crude trade in the next couple of minutes, whether we break lower or higher, because we can't just chop around sideways here. That's the last thing you want to see in the position of trying to be long there. If you're a buyer, just kind of chopping sideways. We need to either see some resolution to the upside, or I mean, we keep the trend with the lower highs and stuff like that. So I don't like how slowly we're coming off that level, but we'll see if we can get $5, bro. Best Buy is like down the street. It's them gas prices though. You know it costs more than $5 to drive here for sure. Hopefully they're in their Tesla. MCL seems indecisive. Yeah, MCL crude kind of seems like it wants to slide. Maybe a little bit. Everything's slow, man. Asia's cool, but I mean, I guess it's the same as New York. Like you get burst of quick moves and then we go slow. Burst of quick moves and then we go slow. Not the most convincing buying off the lows here on crude. I am still bullish. I really would love a lower entry point than 97.60. That's all. Maybe something I can hold like overnight. Something I can feel confident about. That's a really, really good entry. If we see some nice buying off of that entry, maybe scale out of some, then hold overnight. If, you know, break even, obviously. If we could do that, that'd be awesome. I think despite mentality in trading, most traders lack very good technical analysis. No, I think it's the other way around. I think most people can look at a chart and have a pretty good idea of where it's going. I mean, it is that after all a 50-50 shot. I think what really separates great traders from not so great traders is the mental part of it. I don't think Technical analysis is not very hard to understand. Trends aren't very hard to understand. Strong buying versus strong selling is not very hard to understand. That's the easy stuff. Hard stuff is being emotionless to your P&L, stuff like that. That's the main thing. Knowing how to manage a trade, which we can go on to that forever. I'm making a lot of videos about stuff like that. And, I mean, that's just something I'm always going to talk about. Like the ability to manage the trade like a G can be the different. Like the management of a trade is so important. It's something a lot of people don't talk about, how you manage it. Knowing when to add, adding into the right spots, knowing when to exit, exiting at the right spots, knowing when to hold for longer, knowing when to hold for short. Like there's just so many complexities to that. But I mean, that's very overlooked. Not being greedy, knowing when to be greedy. You know, we could go on forever. But that's really, you really unlock that. Like the longer you've been trading, the more you start to unlock that. The management of a trade. Experience mostly. Can you talk about it? Yeah, I mean, to talk about it. If we get into a trade and it gives me the opportunity to explain it, that's really how I prefer to do it. And I do it all the time. Like you guys see me talk through why I would want to add to this, why I wouldn't, if I should, if I shouldn't. We talked a little bit. If you really want to go get a live example, go rewind to that gold trade we took. That was an example of a trade that I would like to have added into, but I wasn't exactly confident that we were going to see a lot of momentum. I didn't end up doing it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but we go over stuff like that all the time. We just need it's much easier when we're actually in a trade. Hey, go downstairs. Go downstairs. Go ahead. Go down. Go. Because just the context of the situation, like there could be 500 different reasons based on what we're looking at why maybe I would want to add or not add. Depends on the market structure. Depends on how strong the price action is. Depends what market we're trading. Yada, yada, yada. But whenever I get into a trade and we can start to talk about possibly adding or you know, stuff like that, then I try to break it down my very best. What's good, Austin? Welcome in, brother. Welcome back. How are you? Doing pretty good. How about you? Do you not believe that some people have superior models that give them better win rates and risk management? Nah, bro. Nah. How much do you have to wager to make at least 100 a day, and how many pips did you have to move? That's a great question. Hey, go downstairs. Go. I like the way you said wager. Oh boy. I mean, how much do you have to wager? Well, we could go. I mean, you could open a brokerage account with a futures brokerage and trade one micro contract of MNQ with about $100 or $200 of margin. So you'd only need about a $200 account, and you could make $100, but you could also lose $100. But you could make $100 if you capture, how much is $100 move on one micro NQ? It's like $2 a point. 50 points would be $100, I think. You catch 50 points on NQ with one micro, you could do that with a $100 or $200 account. The issue is the variance of this, like the variance of trading. Like you're not, like you're bound to lose. If you have a strategy where you win more than you lose, and you win more than you lose, and you stick to just trading one micro, you could probably eventually build that up slowly. Currently on 4x. Yeah. The futures gives you more leverage, so you could technically do that. And futures gives you more leverage without having, because I know Forex can give you leverage, but you have to go use an offshore broker and all that shit. You don't want to do all that. You don't want to do all that. So if you're looking for leverage, you could come over and trade futures realistically with less margin than Forex requires. We're slowly just like chopping around on crude. I still think we can get a better deal on the long side under 97.60. The lower this goes, the higher probability we get a more significant bounce. I'm all for waiting, and we are being patient. Thank you. Trying to catch a little bit of a pop here. NQ is ridiculous. You know what? I've not been trading that much NQ. I've wanted to not trade that piece of junk market anyways, and it just so happens that now crude is what I have my eye on, so it's good. Crude came around and started to get interesting at the right time. Because, yeah, dude, NQ is, like, not it. I was looking for another market to trade. I was about over that shit. Choppy-ass market. I mean, you still trade it, but choppy-ass market. All right, we just retested session lows at 97.60s, about a 30-cent bounce. Can't sell off forever, right, chat? Can't sell off forever. Do lockout daily? Not always. Not always, but if I feel like I need to, then I will. And I try not to lock out for the entire day. I like to lock out for like an hour or two. Depends what time of the day it is. All right, we see if 97.60s can break right here because we are now retesting it again. I like that one. What? Really small risk, wide stops on crude. Nice. I think we can get it at a little bit of a better price, but yeah, I like it. I like that. I think I would like to follow the same format of that idea a little bit. If I can get an entry long on crude, I wouldn't mind giving it a pretty wide stop. Maybe we can parlay the risk we made on the crude on the gold trade and give this thing a wide stop and see if we can't fight on back to 100. I don't hate that. Let's make one leg lower here. Everybody on YouTube, how many likes are we at, guys? In fact, let's run some polls. I forget I have the freedom to do that. Run your guesstimates. Crude back to 100. I generally think, man, in the short term, yes. I think this dip probably does get bought. We still have major supply issues, but we'll see if this isn't just kind of a cool off here, and if we can't get back there. But we're looking for a dip buy. I just want new session lows here. Which I think we'll have in a second. I want to simulate kind of what the risk would be because I'm too lazy to do the math.
Order filled.
If I got in long here, 2 micros is a good chunk. Oh, that's not so bad. All right, so what is that? Like, how much risk would it be to risk about 400 buckaroos? $2.50. $2.50. So realistically, if this market can't hold 95, we'll stop out for like a $400 loss. It's not so bad. Come on, let's get new lows. I like a little buy here. I would like a little buy here. I think what I'm looking for in the short term is a double leg pullback. I want to break these equal lows, pull back into the lower 97s, and then look for it. This is where I want it. This is where I want it. I want to see a double leg pullback. I think we're seeing some weaker price action on the retest of 97.60s. I think we can peek our head under it. Maybe get kind of that double leg pullback formation. I mean, we've already had a couple. Like this is a double leg too, but just kind of given the price action we're seeing right off the 97.60s, I think we can get under here. We've had like 8 minutes of price acceptance right off of this low. I think we can break lows here at 97.60, then I can get in somewhere in there. Fairly confident. Good question. I know how long if somebody's putting a lot of effort in. I think it helps to put a lot of effort in, but also it's like you can definitely expedite the process of your success in trading if you're busting your ass and all that good stuff. That's great. But also it does, like, some of it does just come with the inevitable time factor that you just can't speed up. I mean, you can do more back testing and do all that kind of stuff, but there's a certain factor of just raw time. I feel like raw exposure to the markets that you can't speed up, but that stays unchanged. But the other things that are in your control, you can definitely do to help speed up the process. Huh? We got a double bottom, huh? It's a hell of a move. Yeah, I still think we go lower. I'm not gonna lie. I am bullish on it though. I'm just gonna wait for my setup. What's NQ doing? NQ flagging out a little bit. You believe some people can make KT in a year? What is KT? Yeah, I'm not looking for too much more. Gold's breaking new highs. Another rejection on crude. If we can't get back above 98, might go lower. Oh, you said to make it. Oh, yeah. I think you can get pretty damn good at trading in a year, man, to be honest. Yeah, it took me a lot longer than that, but also I didn't have really a clue what I was doing for a long period of time. All right, new lows. I'm surprised how much they're dumping this fucker. Huh. Surprised how much they're dumping crude here. Like, actually surprised. As if 20% of the world's oil supply isn't cut. Oh boy, there's 30s getting bought. Maybe that was our spot. I don't want to chase too much, but let's just wait a little bit long. Let's wait a little bit longer. Damn it. It's a lot of selling. Fuck, I don't want to be chasing this all the way back up here. I wanted to get filled here. I wonder if that's our low. A little bit of volatility here. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to be very greedy, or very yeah, very greedy with my entries here. I think I had it bid at like 27 at one point, but then I pulled it. I want a better entry. And that might mean just completely missing it, but I wanted they didn't give you a chance, really. I mean, that was just a wick and go. Like, we didn't really trade down here for more than 5 seconds, which is fine. We should have had our orders ready to go. I had it a little bit lower. I think I was wanting to see it a little bit closer into the 5-minute. Anyways, we're going to have an hourly candle close. Yeah, I kind of wanted it closer to this level, 97s. Like low 97s. We'll see. This hourly candle's going to close here in 8 minutes. Wouldn't touch long before 97.04. We are down about 5.5%. More than 5.5%. Actually, almost 6%. If we break new lows, it'll be about 6% down from the highs. Chat, would y'all take physical inventory of crude at this price? Ask yourself that question. If somebody offered you a legitimate entire barrel of oil and you had to store it in your garage for the low price of $97.75, would you buy it? That's a good way. That's a good question right there. If somebody offered to sell you an entire barrel of crude at $97.75, would you buy? You got to keep it in the garage. Got to keep it at room temp. I said room temp. No. I would. I would buy a barrel for $100. I would, just to say I have it, then I would take a picture of it. I'm not gonna lie, I would buy it, dude. Okay, we have lows at 97.30. Said then buy. Well, yes. Yes, in essence. Just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm waiting. Bro said then buy it. Are you listening to Coda? No, I was listening to this earlier because I thought it was a live stream. At the beginning of the stream, we listened to this live stream that happened literally last week, thinking it was live. So no. All right, somebody said then buy it then. Fine, bro.
Order filled.
If I would buy it in real life, I'll buy it on Top Step X. They give it a wide stop. In fact, if we get a nice little pump through 98, I might just take it off and try to put the same bid back in again. Because this is definitely not the most urgent move off the lows here, is it? Somebody play that meme sound where it's like, pow! Pow! GG's, bro. Yup. GG's, good luck me. GG's, good luck me. Me want crude. Me want crude. I want physical delivery of crude. I told you I wanted lower, but somebody pulled my finger. I still think it's a good price. I think we could snipe an entry closer to 97, but that's okay. I think we're in at a pretty damn good price, given how far we pulled back off the highs. Even for just like a retracement back to like closer to what we would consider equilibrium, maybe 98, 99. Me want crude. Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka. Bum, 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 bum. Hold on to your pearls, dude. What trades are we in, chat? Run the poll. Let's run a poll. Keep forgetting I can run a poll. You don't use the tick chart anymore. I do. It's just things are moving so slow right now that I'm not using it right now. Stop loss, yeah, I've got it down there at 96.40, which is under support. See if we get speed ran here, chat. You're joking. You're joking. Shit. Oh, shit. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Can we get there? Can we get there? It's okay, I'm with you. Long to 97.04. Okay. Okay, you're rubbing it in. I get it. I get it. Oh, no. How the evals going this week? I don't know, chat. How are the evals going? Use code BPC on all evaluations. My Fund and Futures, Take Profit Trader, Lucid, Apex, Alpha. I bought 2 My Fund and Futures evals. They're about halfway. Fingers crossed. Just need to make some damn decent trades. We need to get like a winning trade and then not take 2 right after. If we could do that, we could get them funded for sure. Thank God it's coming back, low-key. I mean, that's power of a wide stop. We could go all the way back down there, but power of a wide stop. I gave it about 1.5 points of risk. I told y'all, somebody twisted my thumb, though, because I did want to get in down here. That's where I was more interested in it, but somebody... I blame you. No, I did say that was a decent little... I liked that entry, but I said I could like it more, and then I just decided to go ahead and get into it. Oh my god. Look at how my entry is acting as resistance. No, like actually. That thing saw my entry and turned around 30 points. That's, come on. Or 30 ticks. 30 pips. 30 pips. Why is it going back, dog? Because I'm long, chat. I'm a market mover. I'm a market mover. What do you think? I got a 2K payout from Top Step. Nice, bro. I am a straight up market maker, brother. Do I take this off and try to get back in at the original entry? I don't know. I don't hate that idea. This is breaking out some nice volume. My gut is telling me to pop out right here above 9, like just a little bit above 98 and try to get back in. Because like we are still, that's a lot of rejection to the upside that we got to claw back through. I feel like I could get a better re-entry. Like if we get any retracement, because we are up a point and a half, pretty much vertical. Like could I pop out here? Then if we pull back, get back in and try the same thing again and just take a free $50. Should I do that? I don't know. What's NQ doing? Okay. Okay, current high sit at 90. Can we poke our head above 98? 97, 97 is our high. Can we poke our head above 98? $270 people in the chat. Can we get 150 likes, chat, please? Can we please get 150 likes? We're looking for some continuation above 98 short term. That would be ideal. I don't hate the idea of trying to get out and get back in, but this could also leave without me. Man, these crude pullbacks get so violent, but they do well on the recovery side of things. Like they recover well, but the pullbacks get pretty damn violent, don't they? Makes you wonder. We still need to get above 98. How many likes do we have? It shows you that I only have 29 likes. If I only have 29 likes, I love y'all, but I'm gonna end the stream. I'm about to check. If I have 29 likes, I love y'all, but I'm gonna end the stream if that's the case. Yeah, bro. We don't even have 100 though. We need 100 bare minimum. Please. Please, Lord. Please help me. I only come live every single night and just lose money in front of y'all, bro. Can I get 100? Can I get 100 likes? Happy to see you have a green night. So far, so good. Told y'all you can't lose forever. You cannot lose forever statistically. You have 7 red nights in a row. Statistically, you're bound to have a green night. Okay, we need to get above 98 or this starts to look very questionable. It's like this just runs down and I go red on the session. Take the dip buy off of 60s, please, market makers. 108, yes, yes. And we are heading downward. Crude, we need a break above 98. That would help. That would help. That's what we need. That's not a huge request. It's not a huge request. Just break 98. We are straight. Joseph stalling out right here. Right here. Between 98, 97, 60. We're in a little 40 tick range. Looking to see if we can hold that first initial pullback off of that. Pretty aggressive buying move, but once again, this looks great, but we've got to see buyers defend this first dip, right? But so far so good. But this area becomes absolutely key, because if buyers don't step in at a higher price point at 97.70s and attempt to kind of set a trend here, then it doesn't mean anything for me. So we got to break through 98. This is our first obstacle. We set a resistance level. We need buyers to step back in, break above that resistance level, see if we can start trending back to the upside. I'm in so high given like this move that I wouldn't mind if we can break, taking some out and just trying to like put another entry in and see if it can get filled. And I don't know. That's my internal battle right now. Because I'm not super confident given where we are that we just explode all the way back through like 98, no pun intended, trading crude. Explode all the way back through 98, 99s. I don't know. We could consolidate around this level for a little while, to be honest. But the sellers are definitely looking a little bit exhausted at this point. I mean, that was a really extended move from 103 all the way down to 96.70. It was down almost 6.5% at its lowest from the top, from the high. All right. We just put another attempt to break it at 98 right there. We've tested it 4 times now. Can we break? What are these pullbacks? I know, right? Ooh, gold finding some nice rejection off the 30s there. Not looking good for gold. Whoo, smoke. It's a smoke show. 98. What are with the puns? It's a smoke show. This is going to be explosive. Trading crude with the puns. Crude is smoking to the upside. I might partial out of some just because I don't love how high the damn entry is. But this is nice. Happy for you. Hey, man, I love that. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. We should all be happy for each other. I hope that y'all are winning y'all's trades too. And for everybody that faded me because I've lost 8 nights in a row, man, come on. All right, I partial out of 1. That's a big ass move. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's partial out of 1. Go and break even here. Feels like it'll get hit. I feel like I can re-enter. You know what I mean? But that's just a feeling. Maybe we'll put in some like, can we push into the 40s here? They don't like 20s getting rejected like that, to be honest. Could almost lock in 500 P&L if we took it off here. Let's get another push into the 30s. Go and break even here. Just feels very premature, but we can definitely move the stop up to that recent low. And we would like to see... We would like to see 98.30s get pushed here. So why not thought about break even? I mean, because this is a very wide range that hasn't put in a lot of structure. I mean, it was a pretty nice move, but we haven't really put in a ton of structure other than this little pullback here. It's just the entry's too high. I could easily get tagged and we keep going higher. Listen, if the entry was lower, listen, if I'm down here, brother, it's a break even. Tell you what, if I wasn't peer pressured, if I got the original entry, just kidding. But if I got the original entry I wanted, oh yeah, I mean, and then we get a really aggressive reaction off. Oh yeah, it'd be break even. Right now the entry is a little too high. But yeah, that's why the entry is too damn high. It wouldn't necessarily invalidate to come down, kind of test my entry, then go higher, because we could still form a higher low anywhere within this range. Alternatively, like if I'm in at the low, then to go break even, like, yeah, what would be invalid? Price literally would have to pretty much reject all of this and come back down and retest again, which would be like, okay, so we're felling higher prices can't hold. It's just bearish, right? So this is still kind of questionable because it can retest this range and then move back. So yeah, that's in this situation. That's why we're not break even. My entry wasn't precise enough. You need a precise entry, more or less, if you really want to go break even. You need a pretty good entry. Otherwise, you know, I don't hate going break even here, but you got to understand, like, we are literally 30 cents away. Gold's dumping now. Good call. I think we'd like to see NQ pull back as well. Gold's dumping still. I'm glad we partialed out of one. I kind of wanted to get out of another one because I did feel like, yeah, I mean, look at how, like, this move really, like, if we're talking about structure, there wasn't much hesitation. It was just clean directional buying. So the fact that there is going to be a retracement here makes sense. That's why I was thinking maybe I want to get out and then just get back in, like get out here and maybe buy back right now. But I didn't decide to do it, which is fine, because that's a pretty nice move back up to 98.10. Guys, can we please get 150 likes? We are 25 likes away from 150 likes. Can we get there? I know we can. Also, guys, if y'all haven't hit the subscribe button, I'm live every single night on YouTube right here. You're watching it for free every single night, 7 Central. So hit the subscribe button, right? Because if you don't, then you're not going to know when I'm live. And then you'll lose me. You'll lose me in the YouTube sphere. You'll forget I exist, essentially. If you don't hit subscribe, you'll get busy one day, forget to tune in, forget to type in the channel, miss a stream, miss another stream the next day. Then you'll forget about me. We don't want that. Hit the subscribe button. Come on, brother. We need to push. We need 100 on crude. We need NQ to get smoked to the downside. Let's go. Let's go. 15 likes. 15 likes to 150. I was considering long on micro crude before I looked at the 5 minutes. Yeah, the 5 minute was looking ugly. I wasn't gonna lie. The 5 minute was looking. I mean, it's still gonna be a reversal attempt in this chart somewhere at some point. But yeah, that 5 minute was looking pretty ugly. The pullback was very aggressive. These crude pullbacks get pretty damn aggressive. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was an 8-point pullback, 6% from the high to low. Really big pullback. Also, if y'all looking to get started with prop firms, you can purchase an evaluation. Right now, My Funded Futures Rapid Plan is like 40 or 50% off. I think it's like $50. 2-day to pass evaluation. You can get payouts as early as your first day funded. So theoretically, 3 days into purchasing an evaluation account, if you trade well, pass the evaluation, follow the risk parameters, hit that profit target, right? You could essentially get a payout 3 days after purchasing an evaluation account for the low price of $50. And I think payout cap on a 50K is like $2,000. Crazy, crazy potential. But use code BBC on all props. Here we go. We're looking for the push through 98.20. What's your cam setup? It's a Canon EOS M50 with a Sigma 16mm lens. It's pretty good. It's got the blur feature, depth of field. Pretty cool. In fact, I didn't know that like you have to twist the lens to like make it focus. I didn't know you had to do that for like the longest time. What was the prop of 50% off? I think right now, man, my funded futures that 50K rapid account is about 50% off right now. I think usually it's going for $80. I think right now it's like $40, maybe $50 at checkout. Might be 45% off, but those 50K rapid counts. But do beware that funded stage has intraday drawdown on those accounts, but they also have daily payouts. Oh, this was looking good. I got to go to the restroom, I'm not going to lie. I'll be right back. I hope I don't come back to a huge dump on crude. All right, say a prayer. Say a prayer for the crude. Everybody, let's get a crude dude in the chat. Crude dude. We love crude. We love anything not in queue at the moment in time. Anything that's not in queue is just awesome right now. Crude dude. Lock in, chat. As soon as he comes back, I'm telling you, I'm a market maker. I've been a market maker this whole time, dude. I've been a market maker. Just kidding. Of course, anything you see or hear in the stream is not financial advice. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not follow my trades. Do not try to copy trade, as you will get smacked. The kids are calling it getting schmacked. I had to put that in. I had to. Okay, I like the close there. I mean, 98, yeah, let's go. We got highs at 98.28. Can we get a nice little push through this high? Are buyers strong enough is the question to push through this high? If this was more of a momentum play, you would see me use this pivot right here that we just saw as like a break even, definitely. But I'm kind of giving it some room. And I kind of want to get out. If we can break this high, push into the 30s, 40s, we have a level here at 98.40s. I wouldn't mind taking one more off. Hey, bro. Hey. Chill. What's gold doing? Gold is getting beat up. Literally beat up. It's testing this 5,000 level again. See if we can just kind of consolidate right here at 98, then eventually push into 98.40s. That would be good. What's the P&Ls, chat? Let's run the P&Ls in the chat. How much are y'all up, down, around? Let me know. Has it been a good Sunday night so far, or is the week already ruined? Has it been a good Sunday night, or is the week already ruined? Look at this 5 in it. A lot of wicks here. Lot of wicks. Down $10. That's not bad at all, man. Lot of wicks. Don't like it. Lot of fucking wicks here. Don't like it. Real choppy. Lot of wicks. Sorry, what? Somebody said down 70. Hold on, what? Holy crap. It was bro capping. If not, he's in my prayers. Passed my 5th eval with Lucid. Nice, bro. Max, what do they call it? Max allocation. Up 183. Nice, bro. Down 13, up 13, down 1,000. That's okay. You'll bounce back. Up 70, not bad. 400 this month. Okay, not bad. Green 300. 1,500 across 5 accounts? Bro. Nice. Yo, Mang, appreciate the follow on YouTube. I walk for miles in all this pit of danger. What is that song called? Does anybody know? It goes like, I walk for miles in all this pit of danger. Is it the Randy Orton theme song? Why is that in my head right now? All right, Crude, you're just kind of shitting the bed. I think that is the Randy Orton theme song. Walk Alone Batista. Oh, okay. Wrong wrestler. Who was y'all's favorite wrestler early 2000s? Let's hear it. Batista was pretty sick. I mean, it has a lot to do with the theme song. Favorite wrestler, it has to have a good theme song. Nice push. Crude. Push it, baby. Push it. Who was y'all's favorite? I liked Rey Mysterio. Okay, bet. Where was Rey Mysterio from? The Rock? Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Kane was sick. Undertaker. Wow. What about Shawn Michaels? What about, nobody said John Cena. Nobody said Triple H. I like it though. Y'all aren't going with like the very basic ones. Triple H was pretty cool. It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game. Jeff Hardy? Yeah, Jeff Hardy was awesome. I like JBL. The Edge. The Boogeyman. I honestly don't remember him wrestling, but I remember playing with him in the wrestling games. Those games were good, man. Like WWE 2K5, is that what they called it? 2K4, like Prime WWE. Hell in a Cell. What was y'all's favorite wrestling match? Tag team? Money in the Bank? Hell in a Cell? That's the better question. I kind of like the latter one where they go up and try to get the money. That one's cool. But dude, oh, I watched it recently and they are just like so stalling. Like he's like right here trying to grab it and he's like delaying. Like just grab it. All right, I think I want to TP out around one more here. I just feel like this is pretty extended and I can probably buy back for a better price. But that's really just a gut feeling. And also at the same time, I don't really feel like Crude's breaking out too hard. So we'll kind of lock in a little bit here. Please. Please. Okay.
Order filled.
I'm not playing that game with you, Crude. All right. We're at 513 realized, floating about $60 in profit. We'll see if Crude really wants to make a breakout or not. I don't mind kind of locking it up and seeing if I can't buy back again. Hold on, what do we got? What do we got? Eiffel Tower. What? I've never heard of that one. Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan. What was his theme song again? You can recycle if we break out. What does that mean? Just like get back in? Yeah, I like that. Went to a Little People wrestling event here in Dallas. Dude, those are... I've been to one, actually. I don't know why. I was really young when I went. That was sick, though. They were, like, actually throwing, like, real trash cans at each other. Like, fully aluminum. Yeah, those, like underground wrestling matches are awesome. I just never know where to find them. But I think there's a lot around here because I think I'm in a pretty popular wrestling city. I think I live in a very popular wrestling city. Money in the Bank, yeah. Where are you? I'm in San Antonio. I feel like there's a lot of underground wrestling things over here with like the Latina community. I walk for miles in all this pit of danger. No, the true market makers of Crude is not me. As a matter of fact, it's the Iranians. The Iranians are right now literally the true market makers. They control everything. Let's just tighten shit up here. Let's just kind of milk this thing for all we can. NQ's breaking down. I would say that's a decent little trade. The entry could have been way better. In fact, I wanted to get in here, but I was peer pressured, but that's my fault. Cha-ching! 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 I still lost $4,000 on Friday, so this isn't that good, but hey, man, not bad. Oh, okay, buy oil, I guess. Yeah, that's a little bit of a slow curl. I feel like we might be able to buy it back, to be fair. I don't know exactly how aggressively we're going to break out on that market. I might be able to get it again. But yeah, decent little trade. Decent little trade, not too bad. About $600 on the night, chat. All live streamed for free. For free. All live streamed for free. Don't get me wrong, though. I have been losing more than winning, at least in these streams. These night streams have been bad. I've actually been trading well off stream, but on stream is where it counts, and we have not been trading well. But tonight is green, so that's all that matters. Now for a re-entry, low key. Let's get back under 98, see if we can get in again. Probably even with less size than that, maybe 2 micros this time. But see green, you know, see profit, take profit. That's a pretty big move, so I don't hate trying to get out. This is a 2% move. It's 2 points. So it's not a bad exit. NQ's pulling back here. I told y'all, I asked earlier if you would buy a physical barrel of oil at $97.75. Some of y'all said no. How does one buy 1 barrel of oil? Where do you go to buy 1 barrel of oil? I want to buy a whole barrel. All right, Crude. What was your favorite trading session? Probably New York. Although, no, I don't know. Maybe Asia. Maybe the Asia session. I like the Asia session. It really depends. Okay. Okay, nice recovery on NQ here. It's a nice bounce on Crude. I really hope it holds, because I would like to see Crude get back to 100. Nice. I was born in New Braunfels, like 30 minutes away. I actually live in New Braunfels, brother. It's just still called San Antonio, I guess. Must not drive a big truck. Yo, what's good, Zach? I don't. I have a Jeep. I actually have not gotten gas, and I haven't left the house. Like, we have not had to get gas since the prices increased. Less up. I'm on that DoorDash game right now, saving gas money. Guessing you don't trade it in the first few minutes after the opening bell. No. Nope, not the New York session opening bell. Definitely not. Yeah, no. I don't. I don't. In fact, I don't like to trade like the first 30 minutes. I find it to be insanely wicky, insanely volatile, and not very profitable for me. But some people do. I don't. I don't. Personally. All right, let's check the news. What do we got? A lot of China news. Okay. Okay. Crude pullback. Crude pullback a little bit. Can we get under 98 crude? Just start. Oh, sorry, I didn't see this. Zach said a long time ago. Just started my new TPT Pro account. Mini. Oh, yeah. Yep. Just take it slow, bro. Take it slow. You got to get past that buffer. Once you're past that, man, you're home. Like, you're free. You're a free bird. You tell me how many payouts you make per month. It's a hard one to. That changes a lot, bro. To be completely honest with you, I'll tell you, I haven't really taken many payouts the last couple months, to be honest. But before that, I was taking a shit ton. Kind of. A lot of that determined, like, it's just if you can, yeah. It's not. I couldn't give you a consistent answer on that, to be honest. Like, at the moment, I can't even get myself a funded account, bro. I can't even get a funded account right now. Have you another prop live account? No. I had a Tradeify live account, but no longer. All right, chat. I think that was a successful night stream. I think we'll call it a night. What do we think? I think we'll call it a night. That was pretty good. I mean, we caught 2 trades, 2 winners. That gold trade was insane. I'm going to go edit that, actually. That gold trade is pretty cool. And then we'll get out of here. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody for watching. God bless y'all. Good luck trading. I will see y'all tomorrow night. I will see y'all there, man. Take it easy, guys. Tomorrow night, I'll be there. And then on Tuesday, I'll be on Top Step, Slow Markets, which will be exciting. So the streams that y'all are used to seeing here during the night on Tuesday will now be, I'll be on Top Step. So that'll be sick. But tomorrow night is Monday night, so I'll be here. Okay, guys, take it easy, everybody. See y'all in the next one.